Hey guys, Jimmy Fallon here. Ever pulled an all-nighter? You know, those nights where you just can't seem to get any shut-eye because you're cramming for an exam, working on a project, or maybe just binge-watching your favorite show? Maybe 2 in a row? Yeah, it sounds crazy, but sometimes life throws those curveballs at you and you just have to roll with it. Well, hold on to your energy drinks because I decided to take it to the extreme. 72 hours without sleep. Why? Great question. Partly for bragging rights, gotta admit. I mean, who wouldn't want to say they conquered 3 days without a wink of sleep? But also for you guys, the loyal viewers. I wanted to give you an inside look at what happens when you push the human body to its limits. I wanted to experience firsthand what happens when you push your body past its limits. It's not just about staying awake, it's about seeing how far you can go, how much you can endure. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, the science geek in me was kinda curious. What happens to your brain and body when you deprive them of sleep for that long? Sleep deprivation messes with your brain and body in some wild ways. Your cognitive functions start to decline, your reaction times slow down, and your mood takes a nosedive. I'm talking hallucinations, messed up decision-making, the works. You start seeing things that aren't there, making choices that don't make any sense. Don't worry, I had a medical team on standby just in case. Safety first, folks. I wasn't about to take any unnecessary risks, so buckle up for my wild ride through the land of sleeplessness. It's going to be a roller coaster of emotions, physical challenges, and mental hurdles. It's a journey filled with caffeine highs, sugar crashes, and enough mental fog to rival London on a bad day. Let's do this. Get ready to dive into the world of sleep deprivation with me, and see just how far we can push the boundaries of human endurance.
Day 1 was a breeze. I woke up feeling more alive than ever. I was like a kid in a candy store, eyes wide with excitement. Except the candy was coffee, and the store was my entire apartment. Every corner had a different blend, a new flavor to try. The energy was through the roof. I felt like I could run a marathon or dance all night. I powered through my usual work, even wrote a few jokes for the show. My productivity was off the charts. Feeling good? Did you know your body produces a hormone called cortisol when you're sleep deprived? It's like a natural boost. It's like nature's own energy drink, except way less tasty. But hey, it gets the job done. I felt invincible, ready to conquer the world. Or at least my to-do list. Bring on day 2. I was ready for whatever came my way, determined to keep riding this caffeine wave.
Okay, day 2 was a little rougher. The initial excitement and adrenaline from day 1 had started to fade away. The initial buzz started to wear off, and the fatigue began to set in. My energy levels plummeted, and I found myself yawning constantly. The brain fog rolled in like a thick, sleep-deprived blanket, enveloping my thoughts and making everything seem hazy. It was as if my mind was wading through molasses. Focusing on anything became a Herculean effort. Tasks that were simple yesterday now felt insurmountable. My concentration was shot, and I had to fight to keep my eyes open. It felt like my brain was running on dial-up internet, slow, laggy, and prone to crashing. Every thought took ages to process, and I was constantly on the verge of a mental shutdown. Remember those jokes I wrote on day 1? They seemed so clever at the time, but now they just felt flat and uninspired. Yeah, not so funny anymore. My sense of humor took a nosedive, and I became grumpy. The smallest things started to irritate me. My sense of humor took a nosedive, and I became grumpy. My patience was thin, and I found myself snapping at my coworkers over trivial matters. My poor team. They deserve a raise for putting up with me. They were understanding and supportive, even when I was at my worst. Seriously, sleep deprivation can turn even the nicest person into a total grump. Science says so. It's amazing how much a lack of sleep can affect your mood and productivity. I knew I needed to find a way to get some rest before it got any worse.
Day 3 was something else. Remember those wild hallucinations I mentioned? Yeah, not so much. Unless you count seeing my reflection looking back at me with bloodshot eyes and a wild sleep-deprived stare. That was pretty freaky. Honestly, day 3 was just a blur of exhaustion and a desperate longing for my pillow. My speech was slurred, my coordination was shot, and I'm pretty sure I accidentally ate a tube of toothpaste thinking it was cookie dough. Don't judge.